Hi. So, just about everybody else is doing the same thing as I'm doing now. We're putting online yoga courses, online yoga classes, live feeds. It's a matter of all of us being locked into our houses, socially distancing. I've always practiced at home by myself, so it's not too different for me, but I thought I would put something out there for you guys for free while you're at home. We don't know what's going on with our economy right now, with our finances right now. Everything's like in a really sketchy place. So we're gonna get through this class. We're gonna try to do it before the snoring bulldog, which you might be able to hear, wakes up. And I'm gonna do short sequences on either side. And this is something that I've been doing a lot lately as I teach firefighters a lot. And so often I'll be at the station and they could run a call at any minute. So even though I love doing long sequences on one side and then long sequences on the other, it's nice to have these short little sequences, so if they run a call, we have pretty much gotten through everything. It guarantees mostly that we've gotten through things, so there's always a good breaking point. You don't have to be a firefighter to have this in your life. You could have snoring bulldogs that could wake up at any minute. You could have kids at home. Everybody has their kids at home right now. So hopefully this sequence and the format that I have done it in will make it a little bit easier for you to get through it. And then again, if you have to break at some point, you most likely have gotten through both sides of your body. So you might not get Shavasana, but at least you're balanced. With that, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to ask you to go ahead and lie on your back. I'm gonna futz with my microphone. So just nice and simple. I like to start here a lot because I like naps. Naps are good. I'm just gonna ask you to lie on your back and find your most comfortable position. So this could be with your arms and legs straighten at your sides. You also have the option, if you like, you can bring the soles of your feet together and let the knees fall out, and that's gonna get a little bit deeper into the hips. And you're welcome to change your mind as we lie here. One more option is for you to go ahead and bend your knees. Bring your feet as wide as the mat and let the knees fall together, and that's gonna release your lower back. So you can do all three, you can pick one. Just go ahead and pick your poison, but lie here and take a few breaths. I'm gonna ask you to concentrate on inhaling through the nose and exhaling back out the nose. Inhale through the nose. Exhale back out the nose. Of course, if you have a reason that breathing in and out through your nose is not feasible, breathe in and out through your mouth. We just prefer in yoga to breathe in and out through the nose because it starts to engage your parasympathetic nervous system, the nervous system calming center, as opposed to fight or flight triggering. Go ahead and inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. A little bit slower. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Again, inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Go ahead and blink your eyes open. You're going to start to bend your knees, and you're going to bring your knees to your chest. And I want you to be really gentle here. So you're not going to squeeze yourself really tight. You're just going to use the weight of your wrists, of your arms, to draw your knees towards your chest. And think about how long you can make yourself from your tailbone all the way to the crown of the head. So try not to jut the chin up, but instead be long through the neck. Creating that length, drawing in the belly button. If it's warm out or if you're feeling warm, you can hug your knees a little bit closer. Just don't be aggressive. You're not here to beat yourself up. We can do that every place else in life. Let's just not do it on the mat. You're gonna go ahead and keep your right knee, let your left leg come long, and you're gonna draw this right knee towards your sternum, so towards the midline of your body. And you might feel a little bit through the outer glute. You might not. And then you're gonna start to draw your knee nice and wide to the right, as if you were gonna pull that knee into your armpit. Keep that left foot engaged, so you're gonna flex the left foot, and that's gonna keep your left side grounded on the mat. You're gonna go ahead and bring that knee back to center. Now you might need to bend your knee, your left knee, to make more space. If you can keep your left leg straight though, you're gonna go ahead and keep the right knee bent and grab the sole of the right foot with both hands. Again, you could always bend that knee. I want you to think about pulling the shoulders back into the sockets here. Nice long neck. And you're pulling that knee towards your center line. It's not necessarily gonna come straight to your sternum, but try not to go wide yet with it. We'll get there in a minute. Keep pressing the foot into the hands, keep pulling shoulders back in the socket. Good. And then now you're gonna start to relax that knee a little bit, and now you're gonna start to pull that knee wide towards the right, as if it was gonna touch the right side of the mat. As if. Mine doesn't, yours might. Mine will not. Good, and then you're gonna bring that knee back to center once more. And then you're gonna go ahead and release the foot. You're gonna push the leg straight up, keep the foot flexed. So left foot and right foot are flexed. We have equal energy going through both legs, like you're on two different walls. Good, and you're gonna take a big breath in through the nose. And as you exhale, you're gonna curl your shoulders up off the mat, bring your knee towards your head towards your right knee. And come all the way down. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, curl up, slide those fingertips towards your left foot, pull the belly in. Come all the way back, inhale. Exhale, slide up, sneaky core work, keep pressing the feet away from you. If you get a tremble, it's perfect. Lay all the way down, and we're gonna take our time letting that right leg come down to meet the left. Nice and slow, first one down, does not win a prize. Good. And then you're gonna hug both knees to the chest. You may notice a difference between the right side and the left, you may not. But just kind of take this opportunity to take stock of where your body is in this moment. And then you're gonna go ahead and straighten that right leg, and you're gonna draw that left knee towards your midline, towards your sternum. So again, you might feel a little bit through the outside of the left hip, the left glutes. And then you're gonna draw that knee towards your left armpit, getting a little bit wider. Good. Listen to the bulldog snoring. And a very unique soundtrack. I hope you enjoy. Good. You're gonna go ahead, and if you need to, bend that right knee or keep that leg straight. You're gonna grab the sole of the left foot this time with both hands. Draw their shoulders back into the socket. Keep pressing that left foot into your hands while the arms pull down on it. And you're keeping that left knee sort of straight over your left breast. Check out if you need a pedicure. I do. Start to pull the left knee towards the left armpit, pulling it wide. So it's kind of like a half happy baby's pose. If you have a regular practice already, you'll know what I'm talking about. And if you don't worry about it. We'll get to it. Good, and then come back to center. You're gonna release the foot, push that left foot up. Remember, we're flexing the right foot, arms at the sides. Take a big breath in. Exhale, curl up, pull the belly button towards the spine. Lie all the way back down. Inhale. Exhale, curl up. Lie all the way back down. Inhale, exhale, curl up. Remember, slide those fingertips towards your right foot. Come all the way back down. Nice and slow and controlled. That left leg is slowly gonna make its way down to meet the right leg. So you're making yourself as long as possible here, and you're taking your sweet time getting down there. Good. Yay. So again, hug your knees to your chest again. You have options. You can either roll back and forth on your spine, like 3 to 5 times. That massaging might feel good. And if it doesn't feel good, all you have to do is from your back, just slowly make your way to a tabletop position. And so, tabletop is shoulders over elbows over wrists, hips above the knees, and your ankles are directly behind the knees. And you're looking for a neutral spine, so the belly isn't dropping, or you're not curled up like this. Nice and neutral here. And sometimes you might have to play with it. You might need to walk your hands a little bit further away, but take this opportunity to do that. Good. Press all of your hand flat into the mat, so the fingers are spread and the knuckles are flat. I can't see any shadows. And we're going to do a few rounds of cat-cow here, so we're going to start to warm up the core more, but we're also going to link the breath and the movement. So go ahead and inhale, drop the belly, seat bones rise, chin lifts. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, chin towards the chest, push the mat away. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Shoulders away from the ears. Exhale. Two more. Inhale, 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 inhale. Exhale, push. Inhale. And then exhale, push, push, push them out away. I want you to stay here, resume your normal breathing, but come up onto your fingertips. So this is called Hasta Bandha. You're gonna walk those fingertips back towards your knees, but you're gonna keep your hips above your knees. Tuck your chin towards your chest and push into as high an arch as you possibly can here, really feeling stretch between the shoulder blades, behind the neck. Good. And then relax, come back to that neutral tabletop. You're gonna extend your right leg behind you and extend your left arm before you. So take a moment to find that balance. We're gonna do some bird dogs here. So get nice and long, look forward, inhale. Exhale, tuck the knee and the elbow. Inhale, reach. Exhale, tuck. Inhale, reach. Exhale, tuck. Inhale, reach. Left hand comes down, right knee comes down. Opposite side, left leg reaches, right arm forward. Take a big breath in. Exhale, tuck. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, tuck. Inhale, reach nice and long. Right arm down, left knee down. Go ahead and inhale the right arm up to the sky, twisting. Exhale, you're gonna thread your left arm underneath the right. You're gonna bring your shoulder all the way down to the mat, and you're gonna bring the right side of your face to the mat. So this might be enough right here. If so, stay here. If not, you can go ahead and bring that left arm up, flip the palm over, and let the back of the left hand rest on the right hip. Let's just get a little stretch here. Inhale the left arm up, exhale the left hand down. Inhale, you're gonna push into the left hand and sweep the right arm all the way up. Right hand comes down to meet the left, opposite side. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, thread the left arm under. So remember, you're bringing the left shoulder all the way to the mat, resting it there, the left side of the face to the mat. And then if this is comfortable, if this weight does not bother you, does not cause pain, if it causes pain, get right out of it. You're gonna bring the right arm up, flip it over, back of the right hand on the left hip. And you will notice differences between your left and right side, most likely. We all have imbalances. It's as natural as being left-handed and right-handed. We have dominant sides, that's what happens. Good. Inhale the right arm up, right hand comes down. Inhale the left arm all the way up. Left hand comes down, good. One more, you're gonna keep your knees where they are. You're gonna keep your hips above the knees, walk your hands all the way forward. You're gonna let your chest melt down to the mat and either bring your chin or your forehead. And so again, we're keeping the hips above the knees. You're not letting the hips slide back here. You're gonna keep the hips above the knees. Again, at any point, if something feels sharp and painful, back out of the posture. Start to walk your hands all the way up. Good. We're gonna go ahead and bring the hands slightly forward to the shoulders. You're gonna curl the toes under and press the hips up and back into down dog. And so just take a second here. It's been a minute since I've been on the mat and done some down dog. So if you're feeling like me, you might find a lot of spots that are tight, a lot of spots that are cobwebby, a lot of spots that might not be excited about down dog right now, but that's okay. And then when you're ready, you can find a still point. You can let the shoulders slide down the back and let the head drop. And try not to beat your microphone with your nose, which I am doing. Good. Go ahead and peel forward into plank pose. Press back into down dog. Inhale, pull forward into plank pose. Exhale, press the hips up and back into down dog. Forward into plank pose. And then this time, you're gonna look forward. Your hands are directly beneath the shoulders. I want you to wrap your triceps in, press your toes forward, and you can either do it from straight or you can come to your knees. Actually, let's all do it on our knees. And just come all the way down, 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 down to your belly. You let your legs extend long behind you. Your hands are directly underneath the shoulders. Bring your forehead to the mat. Roll the shoulders back. Inhale, press into the hands, lift up into cobra. So you're not coming all the way up and you're not shrugging into the shoulders. We're keeping the elbows pushing back towards the hips. Exhale all the way down. Roll the shoulders back. Go ahead and bring your hands wide into a T shape. And we're in Hasta Bandha again. So we have our fingertips only. We're not bringing our palms flat onto the mat. Rolling the shoulders back. Press up into this YT modified cobra. Good. Come all the way down. One more time. Hands underneath the shoulders. Roll the shoulders back. Elbows pushing towards the hips. Press into the palms. Lift up cobra. Good. And then come all the way down. You're going to press up into a knee push-up. So your knees are on the mat. So knee plank. Curl the toes under. Press back into down dog. Good. Finding your down dog here. You're going to take a big inhale through the nose. And then as you exhale, I want you to slowly walk your feet forward towards your hands. Eventually finding yourself in a forward folding bend. Good. Let the head drop. Check and see if your hips are sliding back, which mine were. Tight hamstrings. We want to walk our hands slightly forward so our hips are directly above our ankles. Letting the head drop. You are welcome to bring your hands to your shins to support yourself if your fingers don't touch the mat. Use your modifications. That's what they're there for. Everybody is different. And it's not better or worse. It's just different. Good. Put a slight bend in the knees. You can let the head drop. We're going to roll up one vertebrae at a time. Nice and slow. Roll the shoulders back. Good. You're going to go ahead and bring the feet together, big toes together, heels apart or together, depending upon what feels right for you. Inhale the arms up and overhead. And then exhale, we're going to swan dive all the way back down into that forward folding bend. Good. Now I want you to heel toe your feet, mats width apart. Good. So the outer edges of the feet line up with the outer edges of the mat. And you're going to bend your knees, sink your hips, and reach your arms forward. Good. So this is bear pose. I'm not going to tell the story. This isn't chair pose, this is bear pose. So this is wide-legged, and I want you to keep your glutes in line with your knees or above your knees, not below your knees, because that'll disengage your quadriceps, which I don't want. I want your quadriceps firing. Good. Exhale, bow forward, let it go. Good. All right, bend the knees, sink the hips, arms reach forward. You're going to come up into the balls of the feet. Hovering, hovering, hovering. If you get a little wobble, that's good. If you get a little tremble, that's great. We're getting stuff warmed up. Drop the heels, fold forward, let it go. Okay. One more time. Bend the knees, sink the hips, reach forward, come up onto the balls of the feet. Good. And then you're going to reach your arms out to the side, reaching for the toilet paper that isn't there because somebody bought it all. I see you, hoarders. So we're just hovering over the stall with no toilet paper. Trust me, when we go back out in public and you have to go into a public restroom, you've got this move down. You're totally good. Good. Exhale, fall forward, let it go. Sway side to side. Good. You're going to walk your feet back together. And then you're going to go ahead and come all the way back up, flat back, reach the arms up and overhead. Exhale the hands heart to center. All right, let's continue our flow. Inhale the arms up and overhead. Exhale, swan dive all the way down, forward folding bend. Inhale, look forward, flat back. Exhale for this first one, we're going to step the right foot back, bring the right knee down. Inhale, sweeping all the way up. Good, so just take a moment with the lunge. I want you to think about pulling your belly in, sinking the hips. Good. Arms up and overhead, or the hands can be on your left leg. Good. And then you're going to go ahead and bring your hands down to the mat. You're going to bring your left knee back to meet the right. You're going to dive your chin and chest down to the mat. Slide all the way forward onto your belly. Roll the shoulders back. Inhale up, cobra. Exhale all the way back down. Pressing back up to that high knee push-up. Step the right foot back forward. We're going to find that lunge again. So again, you can sweep the arms all the way up, or you can go ahead and bring your hands to your right leg. But think about pulling in the belly, so not completely collapsing into it, but pulling in the belly, staying engaged here. Good. Then hands come down to the mat. You're going to curl the left toes under. Step your left foot forward to meet the right. Forward folding bend. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, bow one more time. Come all the way up. Reverse swan dive. The top of the inhale is the top of the pose. Exhale, we're going to come all the way back down, forward folding bend. Now we got to get the left side. So inhale, look forward. Exhale, step back with the left foot. Let the left knee come down to the mat. Sweep all the way up. Good. Hands come down. Step that right knee back to meet the left. You're going to dive your chin and chest down to the mat. Slide all the way forward onto your belly. Roll your shoulders back. Inhale up to cobra. So the hips are still on the mat. Exhale down. Press back up to the push-up on the knees. Step that left foot forward. Right knee stays on the mat. And either hands on the leg or sweeping your arms all the way up and overhead. Hands come down to the mat. Step that right foot forward to meet the left. Inhale, look forward, flat back. Exhale, bow. Inhale, come all the way up, reverse swan dive. Inhaling, 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 inhaling. The hands meet at the top. Exhale, come all the way back down. We're going to go through one more round of that. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step the right leg back. Right knee comes down. And you can have the right toes curled under or flat. Sweep all the way up and through. Exhale all the way down. Both knees back. And then you can dive the chin and chest down to the mat. Slide all the way forward. Inhale, roll the shoulders back, press into the palms. Lift the chin and chest. Exhale down. Press back to the high knee push-up. Right foot steps forward, left knee stays down. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands come all the way down. Curl the left toes under. Press the left foot forward to meet the right. It can take a few steps. It takes me one, it might take you a few. It's a new movement, but it's okay. Take your time getting there. Inhale, look forward, flat back. Your hands can be on your shins or on the mat. Exhale, bow. Inhale, reverse swan dive, up, up, up. Exhale, we're gonna come all the way down. Let's work that left side. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step the left leg back, left knee comes down, come all the way up through your low lunge. Hands come down, right knee meets the left, chin and chest come down to the mat. Slide all the way forward onto your belly, roll the shoulders back, press up into cobra, big breath in. Exhale down, press up to plank on knees. Good, step that left foot forward again. Inhale all the way up, up, up. Exhale, hands come down. Curl the right toes under. Step that right foot forward to meet the left. Inhale, look forward. Exhale down. Let's reverse, come all the way up. Hands meet, exhale, close through heart center. Good. Continuing our flow. So far he snores, we're in good shape. All right, so I'm bringing my toes together because they came a little bit wider apart. If you're more comfortable with a wider stance, if you feel more stable with a wider stance, stick with that for now. We're gonna inhale the arms up and overhead. We're gonna do a Surya A. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step back to high plank. So here are your choices. You could be high plank or plank on knees. We've done this before. This is familiar territory. So finding your plank, you're gonna push your shoulders forward of your wrists, come down 90 degrees only. Good. And then you're gonna inhale You're either gonna come to the tops of the feet, or if you've chosen to come all the way down to cobra, you can come there. But for up dog, we're pressing to our palms, we're pressing to the tops of the feet so hard that our knees actually come up off the mat. Rolling the shoulders back. If you like to lift your chin, lift it. If you feel better with your neck looking straight forward, look forward. All right, you're gonna exhale, press the hips up and back into down dog. Take a big breath in through the nose. Exhale, step or walk the feet forward towards the hands. Inhale, look forward. Exhale down. Come all the way up, reverse swan dive. Good, hands meet, exhale, close through heart center. Coming into chair pose, not bear pose. So we're going to have our feet together. We're gonna sit back, bend the knees, sweep the arms up and overhead. So again, it's like the public restroom thing, except we're bringing our biceps back by our ears, and we're sitting back so much that we can lift our toes up off the mat. All the weight is in the heels. Good, shoulders down the back. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step back. So now you have your choice. You can either come straight to down dog, or you can do the vinyasa, which is plank, chaturanga, 90 degrees. The shoulders don't drop below the elbows. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, press back down dog. So all of us are gonna meet in down dog. All right, you're gonna step your right foot forward towards your right hand. You're gonna turn your left foot flat. Excuse me. And you wanna make sure that your heels are in alignment, where your right heel lines up with your left heel, or you can widen the feet even more. So you're looking for a wider and stable base. It's gonna help with your balance, but it's also gonna help you rotate your hips when we come up. You'll see what I mean in a minute. Excuse me. So coming up to standing, right knee's bent. We're pushing into all four corners of a flat left foot, rotating the hips and the shoulders to line up with the short edge of the mat. If your hips and shoulders don't line up perfectly, no stress. It's just that is your goal, to move in that direction. It doesn't mean you have to do that. It doesn't mean that your body has to do that. It's just helping you move in the direction you want to go to get what we want out of the pose. So knees bent, we're pulling our right hip back, arms up and overhead, shoulders down the back, and so our biceps are back by the ears, and I want energy all the way through the arms. So none of this like noodle arm stuff, energy all the way through the arms, sinking into the lunge. Good, pulling the ribs in to keep the ribs above the hips. I know there's 80,000 directions per posture, but where you are right now, congratulations, you're in warrior one. So here we are. I'm looking down the street, seeing what's going on with my neighbors. I don't know what you guys have for your view, but that's mine. Take a big breath in. Exhale, hands come down. We're gonna step back, and so you can do either the knee plank vinyasa, you could do the high plank vinyasa, or you can go straight to down dog. I'm gonna do the high plank vinyasa. Good. Pressing back. So we have two sides. We're gonna step that left foot forward, turn the right foot flat. So again, take that second. If you need to find a wider stance here, find that wider stance. We have time. You can hit pause all day long. All right, right foot's flat, left foot's flat. We're gonna come all the way up. So same thing, take that moment to rotate your hips forward, and you're doing that by pressing into your right leg, pulling your left hip back. I'm gonna pull that in a little bit. Good. The ribs will knit to pull your ribs above your hips, sinking into lunge, shoulders down the back, arms up and overhead, no noodle arms. So while you're focusing on all these things going on, can you relax your face? Can you even smile? It's kind of funny actually. So if you want, you can crack up. I recommend it. It's a good time. Shoulders down the back. Big breath in. Exhale, coming out of our warrior one. Hands come down. So remember, you have that choice of down dog, vinyasa from your knees, or vinyasa from high plank. I'm gonna mix it up through this class. All right, take a big breath in through the nose. Exhale as we step the feet forward towards the hands. Inhale, look forward. Exhale down. So we're gonna come back into chair pose. We're gonna bend our knees, sit back, scrape the fingertips, what is that? Scrape the fingertips, which I make people do so I know that they've gotten low. I can't hear you, I'm just assuming you're not lying to me. So be truthful. Bring your biceps back by your ears, sitting back, sitting into chair pose. And then standing, exhaling, bringing the hands through heart center. I have allergies, I'm a little bit winded. How are you doing? Let's do one more of those. So that's Surya Namaskar B. We're gonna sit back, scrape the mat with our fingertips, which are now called finger nips. Just go with it, hashtag finger nips. Exhale, back forward. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step straight back to down dog, or you can do one of the vinyasas. I'm gonna do plank on knees, coming all the way down to my belly. Inhaling cobra, exhaling back down, pressing back up to my plank on knees, curling toes over, under, and meeting in down dog. Right foot steps forward, left foot spins flat. Inhale all the way up. Take the moment to pull the right hip back and push the left hip forward, but not aggressively. I want 60 to 80%. 100, 110%, this isn't the time and place. Exhale, hands come down, stepping either straight back to down dog, or you can do the vinyasa of your choice. I'm doing plank on knees to cobra. Good. Curling the toes under, press back. Left foot steps forward, right foot spins flat. Inhale, wave to the neighbors. Now I know why they don't talk to me. Exhale, hands come down. I'm having way too much fun by myself. All right, so you can go straight back to down dog, or you could do the vinyasa of your choice. One more time. Down to the belly, roll the shoulders back. Coming down. All right, so we're all meeting in down dog. Big breath in through the nose. Exhale, step the feet towards the hands. Inhale, look forward. Exhale down. Bend the knees. Come into chair pose. So instead of coming right out of this, we're gonna keep moving. So I'm gonna ask you to bring your hands to your heart in prayer. And we're gonna start by bringing the left elbow to the outside of the right knee. So we're coming into a twist here. Good. So you're pressing your palms together, and that's gonna help rotate your sternum, so the center of your chest, towards your thumbs. And you're trying to keep your knees in alignment. You can make concessions. You can go ahead and let that knee come forward if you want. I like to keep my knees aligned because that helps me gauge that I'm not pushing myself beyond where I'm supposed to go. Good, inhale the arms up and overhead. We're still sitting back in this. I know. Hands come to the heart. Right elbow, left knee. So you might be able to see a little bit better this time. Right elbow to the left knee. I'm pressing my palms together, rotating my chest towards my thumbs. Good. Ensuring that I'm rotating through my spine and not my hips. Inhale the arms up and overhead. Exhale, come to standing. All right, so we're gonna do some standing postures. We're gonna omit the flow. I'm gonna come over here so I can keep facing you. Other classes, we'll do more flow. This one we're just kind of basic breakdown of things. So if you want a little bit more, find ways to add vinyasas in. I suggest if you're advanced to just work on your breath and work on your drishti, work on your gaze, if you're finding this a little bit maybe not challenging enough for you. All right, so from here we're gonna step the right leg back. Good. We're gonna turn our feet parallel. So we're doing the Prasarita Padottanasana series. Can't see. Prasarita Padottanasana series. So this is a wide-legged forward bend. So our feet are parallel, or you're gonna turn the toes in and the heels out. It's up to you. I want you to start by bringing your hands to your hips, rolling the shoulders back, sitting nice and tall. Can you pull the belly in a little bit? Can you pull the obliques in a little bit? Good. Inhale, look up. Exhale, we're gonna lead out with our chin and our chest. So we're keeping our hips above our ankles, letting the head drop, and eventually letting the hands come down to the mat. If you have a block, you can bring your hands to a block. My blocks are holding up the camera right now, so I don't have one. But you only come as far as is comfortable for you. I want you to be nice to your hamstrings. They're sassy and they talk back if you push them. But relaxing to where your head can drop. And you might want to walk your feet wider or narrower once you get here. It's kind of your choice to find something that works for you. Good. And then inhale, look forward, flat back. Exhale, hands to hips. Inhale, you're gonna roll the shoulders back, pull yourself all the way up with the elbows. Good. So in Ashtanga, we're gonna stay here with our hands at our hips. We're gonna roll the shoulders back. Inhale, look up. Exhale, lead out with the chin in the chest. We're gonna keep going, and we're gonna keep the hands on the hips as we find our forward folding bend. And so you're gonna let your head relax, and I want you to bring your hips in direct alignment with your ankles. So it's almost gonna feel like you're gonna roll forward, but you're not, because you're strong. And I want you to do that because it's gonna activate your quadriceps, and that's going to, in return, make your hamstrings relax, release into the pose. So like when you flex your bicep, tricep has to relax, kind of the same thing. So that's gonna help us access our hamstrings here. Think about rolling the shoulders back, elbows towards each other, head drops. I'm not dropping my head quite as much because I keep on beating the microphone. Wrong shirt choice for the microphone. Just saying, y'all. I made bad life choices. Good, roll the shoulders back, pull yourself all the way up. Good. So the next one, I'm gonna turn around for a second. We're gonna interlace our fingers behind us. You also have the choice of bringing your fingertips together. So you can interlace your fingers, which this feels good and a lot of people like. It's passive. I kind of prefer an active range of motion. So you can also bring your fingertips together and press your fingertips together, rolling the shoulders back. Inhale, look up. Exhale, lead out and over, chin in the chest, and then pressing the hands together. Or you can use those interlaced fingers. You're going to lift those hands off of your sacrum. Keep rolling the shoulders back, so don't let the shoulders collapse forward. It's like a facelift. Head drops. Good. Go ahead and pull yourself all the way up, 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 up. I'll come back around so you can see this way. So fourth and final, Prasarita Padottanasana D. I also call it creepy burlesque pose. You'll see in a minute. Hands come to the outsides of the thighs. Roll the shoulders back, inhale, look up. Exhale as we slide our hands down the outsides of the legs. So there's the burlesque. The creepy is when I make eye contact with you. It's creepy, it's creepy. Just try it in a group of people. It's super creepy after the whole coronavirus thing. So your hands can come down to your ankles, come down to the outsides of your feet, or with your peace fingers and your thumb, you can grab your big toes, wrapping them around. Everybody's going to, wherever you are, you're gonna inhale, look forward, and then exhale, bow, and you're going to let the elbows come out so you can slide the shoulder blades down the back and let the neck relax. Good. Don't pull aggressively. Again, hamstrings are sassy. If you pull too much, they will talk back, and in ways that are not quite as friendly as you. So just be nice to your hamstrings. That's what we're trying to do here, is care for ourselves, not beat ourselves up more. Good, inhale, look forward. Exhale, hands to hips. Inhale, come all the way up, up, up. Good. From here, you're gonna turn your right toe out, and then your left toes are going to stay, your left foot's gonna stay parallel. So your right ankle's lining up with your left arch of your foot. You're gonna bend your right knee, and you're keeping your hips and your shoulders lined up with this long edge of your mat. You're gonna bring your arms out wide, let the shoulders come down, and turn your gaze over your right hand. So this is warrior two. Look down to the inside of your right knee, see if you can find your right toes. And I ask you to do that because sometimes with tight hips, your knee wants to roll in. So we're trying to keep it rolling out. Good. Keep sinking, keep pulling the ribs in, keep pulling back with that left arm. Excellent. Left hand comes to the left thigh, right palm flips over, reach the right hand over and back. You can slide your left hand down your left leg, but you're not using that hand to support your weight. Option to gaze back at your left foot. You can gaze forward, or you can gaze up at the ceiling, but keep that right knee bent. Keep reaching back. Coming back up, warrior two. I know that right thigh might be talking right now, but we're gonna keep going. Right elbow to the right knee. Pull that right hip back under you. Left arm reaches forward. You can pet the donkey. Lift bicep by the left ear. Keep pulling the hip back. Option to turn your gaze down, forward, or up at the ceiling. But you're trying to rotate your chest towards the ceiling. So you're not, the chest isn't down towards the mat, it's forward and up. Good. Coming back up, warrior two. Straighten that leg. Pull the right hip back. Reach forward with the right arm. Right hand comes to the right shin. Left arm reaches up to the ceiling. So we found our triangle pose. And we're trying to make ourselves as if we are pressing our shoulders, both shoulders and both hips, against the wall behind us. So we're trying to make ourselves as flat as possible. Everybody, again, you're gonna be a little bit different. You're gonna have tight spots. It might be the first time you've ever done this. By the way, thank you for joining me for your first time ever. But if it's your first time ever doing this, your body might not do that right away. So just kind of trying to find the motion of getting there. And if you keep practicing, it'll get closer. Hand can come down to the mat. It can come down to your big toe. Keep reaching up with the left arm. Good. And then you're gonna pull yourself up with the left hand. Good. We're going to make our feet parallel to each other again. And then we're gonna turn the left foot out, and then that left arch, left heel, I apologize, is gonna line up with the right arch. The right foot is perpendicular. Bend the left knee. Reach the arms out. Shoulders down the back. Strength through the arms, strength through the leg. We're lining up our shoulders and our hips as we turn our gaze forward. And so when you let those shoulders drop down, it makes more room for your neck to be able to turn your gaze over your left hand in warrior two. Keep reaching back with the right arm. So you're trying to keep your torso center, not too far forward, not too far back. Good. Keeping that left knee bent. Right hand comes to the right thigh, left palm flips over. Reach over and back. Option to gaze up at the ceiling, forward, or back at your right foot. Whatever's best for your neck today. I'm sure we all have super tight shoulders with all the stress going on. Good, coming back up, warrior two. Left knee stays bent. Left elbow, left knee. Sweep that arm forward so the right bicep ends up by the right ear, and we're pulling the left hip back and under us. And we're not dumping weight into the arm that is touching the bent leg. So the left elbow is not dumping into the left thigh. Good. And then pulling yourself back up, warrior two. We're gonna straighten, pull back the left hip, reach forward with the left arm. Left hand comes to the left shin, right arm reaches up. Option to either slide it down more or to grab the big toes, which I'm not really doing right now because I'm feeling it. I've not been practicing steadily. It happens, people. Good. And then you're gonna start to pull yourself up. Make the feet parallel. Good. You're gonna turn the heels in, toes out, sinking into a squat here. I want you to drop your right shoulder in, turn your gaze over your left shoulder, using that sort of manual pressure on that right leg to open up the hip. Back to center, left shoulder rolls in, turn the gaze over. Good. Coming back to center, you're gonna be able to stand here in the squat on your own. Food's done. Arms up and overhead. Good, so you can either keep your hands on your hips or arms up and overhead. Actually, let's do hands on hips. Sitting here in our squat, you're gonna start to lean out and over, over, over. Keep the knees bent. Lean out and over. So now we have our back flat like a tabletop. Now, if you want, you can reach your arms forward, making it a little bit tougher to stay in that squat, making it a little bit tougher to balance. Reaching forward, and then coming up. Straighten the legs. Yay! Turn towards the front of your mat. Hands come down. Option to go straight to down dog, or you can do one of those vinyasas. I'm gonna do a high plank vinyasa and meet you guys in down dog. Excellent. From here, we're gonna peel forward into plank pose. And we're gonna start to find a side plank on the right-hand side. So to start, bring your right knee down. You're gonna turn onto your right knee and your left leg's gonna be straight. So your right knee, right foot, right shin, right hand are down on the mat. Left arm reaches up and overhead. This is option one. Option two, you can straighten both legs. Option three, right leg can be straight, left foot can be in front of you to support. Option four, you can hover the left leg. It's up to you. Hand comes down, come back. We are finding that plank again. Now you get to see the back side of it. We're gonna bring the left knee down, Come to that left foot, left shin, left knee, right leg is straight, arm up and overhead, option 1. Option 2, straight legs. Option 3, right leg in front. Option 4, hover the right leg. Good. Come back down to center. Hooray! Come onto your forearms. Maybe not so much hooray. We're gonna hold a forearm plank for the next 30 seconds. So forearm plank here, you can always come to your knees, but you're quite close. So just hang in there with me, and remember it's plank, it's not plank, it's not plank, it's plank. Pull your core in, drive your heels back. We are so close, people. We almost have this. Hang in there with me. You can do it. Can I do it? That's the question. I think you can. I'm worried about myself. All right, here we go. We can come all the way down to the mat. And then you can just let your arms rest at your side and take a minute here. Take a breather. Cough because seasonal allergies suck and you forgot to bring a water next to your mat. Life choices. Good. All right, we're gonna do a locust series. So forehead comes to the mat. Your arms are gonna be at your sides with the backs of your hands on the mat, the palms facing up. Legs are long. To start, you're gonna roll the shoulders back, press your hips and your feet and your hands into the mat as you lift your forehead and your chest up off the mat. So keep rolling the shoulders back. Gaze can be forward, but resist lifting with your chin. Try to keep long through the spine. The body's smart and it'll find ways to compensate. It doesn't mean, it's not like the worst thing, but it doesn't mean you're getting out of the posture what you're trying to get out of it. Good, come all the way down. You can turn your head to either side. Take a rest if it feels good to shimmy your hips. If it feels good to windshield wipe your legs. If it feels good to do nothing. If it feels good to call me names in your head. You could even call me names out loud right now. I can't hear it, so there you go. Should practice at home anyhow. Forehead comes to the mat, roll the shoulders back, bring the legs together. Good, go ahead and press into the hands, the hips, the toes, roll the shoulders back, lift the forehead, lift the chest, squeeze the legs together, lift the legs up off the mat. So again, we're not trying to lift with the chin and compensating there. We're trying to make ourselves as long as possible while the hands and the hips stay on the mat, and then the feet and the head and the chest lift. Good, take a big breath in. Exhale all the way down. And shimmy, if it feels good. Windshield wiper, if it feels good. Try not to have it feel good to call me names. It's not what we're about. Can't stop ya. All right, round 3. Roll the shoulders back, lift the forehead, squeeze the toes together, lift the legs. Now you're gonna lift the arms behind you, as if you were gonna touch your thumbs. So again, we're using those arms to reach back and up. We're reaching long through the legs, but we're resisting the urge to throw our chin up into the air. We want a long neck. We want a long spine. Good. Inhale, lift. Exhale down. That's it. All done. Bye-bye. How are we on time? We're good. All right. Go ahead and bring your hands underneath your shoulders. You're going to press yourself back to child's pose. So you're going to bring your knees as wide as your mat. You're going to bring your toes together, and you're going to sit back onto your heels. So choices are, if this feels like murder on your knees, just lie on your back and hug your knees to your chest. You can bring your knees closer together to support your torso. You can bring your arms to your sides if your shoulders feel tired. I'm feeling wide knee to get into my hips, so I'm going to stick with that. Then I'm going to let my shoulders come to my side. I'll let my forehead ground into the mat and catch my breath, which hopefully you have. Bring the hands under the shoulders. Press your chest up off of your thighs. And you're just going to drop your legs to either side. Give the legs a shake. All right, legs are long. And we are pressing our legs into the mat. So again, we're using that reciprocal inhibition. We're using that engagement of the quadriceps to disengage the hamstrings. I want you to sit tall. Now, if your legs do not go straight, it's totally fine to have bent legs. I'd rather see your leg bent than see your spine bent. So try to sit up tall, either straight legs or not. You're gonna reach your arms up and overhead, and you're gonna use our nice strong abdominals to come out and over, 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 and eventually grabbing your toes, your ankles, your shins. And you know what? You can also grab your toes, your ankles, your shins, but keep the spine nice and long, the crown of the head moving away from the tailbone as you bring your torso out and over your legs. Good. So a lot of people will come into this posture and they're gonna reach their toes no matter what. A, you're gonna freak out your body because it's gonna be stressed and it's gonna make it harder because the fight or flight response will kick in. And B, it's really great for like your quadratus lumborum, but it's not doing a lot for your hamstrings. So let's go ahead and, if you need to bend the knees, but keep that spine nice and long, 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 long. Good, inhale up, exhale down. We're going to do a reverse tabletop. So, you're gonna bend your knees. Your hands are gonna be behind you with your fingertips facing forward, okay? So you're gonna roll your shoulders back. So I want you to puff your chest first, and then you're gonna start to lift the hips up off the mat, and start by keeping your chin on your chest. But you're lifting the hips, you're rolling the shoulders back. You have the option of letting your head fall back. Now, if you have reverse plank, you can always come into that for your practice instead today. But if not, if you haven't done it for a while, try reverse tabletop. You know, shake it up a little bit. Good. And then come all the way down. Give it a shake. Ah. All right, I'm gonna turn towards you. You can turn towards me if you want, or you can stay as you were. But we're gonna come into Janu Shirshasana. So my left leg is long, and my right knee is bent so that the sole of the right foot comes to the inside of my left leg. Now everybody's gonna look a little bit differently on where you're bringing that leg. So some people might have that left foot closer to the calf. Some people might be closer to the body. It's up to you, but I want it where you can sit up tall on your own. If you pull your leg in so far that you can't sit up without using your hands, you've gone too far. So find that sweet spot, sit tall, press the leg into the mat. We're gonna line up our sternum with the left leg. We're gonna inhale the arms up and overhead. Again, strong abdominals as we pull ourselves out and over, 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 over. Grab the toe, grab the ankle, grab the shin. And remember, if you gotta bend that left leg to access this posture, bend it. There's no shame in that game at all. I'd rather see you bend it and know where you are, because it looks a lot cooler than refusing to admit where you are. Just saying. Good. So the crown of the head keeps moving towards your left toes, and each exhale lets your nose come a little bit closer to your left knee, but if your nose doesn't touch your left knee, no big deal. You got something to look forward to, right? Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands down. Go ahead and straighten the right leg. Give it a shake if you need to. Left leg bends. Sole of the left foot to the inside of the right leg. So again, find that distance from the heel on where it is on your leg to your body. So you can sit up tall, line up your sternum with the right leg, inhale, arms up and overhead. Exhale, out and over. Toes, ankle, shin. Straight leg or bent leg. Crown of the head moves towards your toes. Looking straight down at your right knee. Slight rotation of your left rib cage towards your right leg. So you're not twisting. Just a slight rotation so you feel it more through your left hip, left piriformis, left quadratus lumborum. Inhale the arms up and overhead. Exhale the hands down. Go ahead and straighten the leg, give it a shake. All right, one more here. Soles of the feet together. All right. And so, again, if you need to bring your heels further away from you so you're more of a diamond shape, do that. If you want to bring your heels closer to you, you can do that too, but I want you to be able to sit up on your own. We're going to grab onto our toes, and I want you to tilt your pelvis slightly forward and let your groins relax. Good. Sitting tall, lead out with the chin and the chest. Good. And I feel every workout I've ever done right now. How about you? You're welcome to use your elbows on your legs if you want to push them down for a little bit more. Just please be gentle and kind when you do it. All right, you're gonna start to draw on your belly button. So you're gonna start to arch your back and you're gonna bring your chin towards your chest. So it's almost like how we did cat-cow in the beginning, where we tuck our chin towards our chest, our forehead comes towards that space between the feet. And again, you can use those elbows if you want. And you're gonna roll up one vertebrae at a time. You're gonna sit tall, except you're gonna keep your head down, and you're gonna keep your chin moving towards your chest. Let your shoulders come down, squeeze in the obliques, and see how tall you can possibly make yourself from your tailbone to the base of your neck. And lift the chin. Good. Go ahead and grab the outsides of your knees and creak the knees together. And you want to be on your mat enough that when you lie all the way down, your head will rest on it. Unless you have carpet. I don't, so I'm going to do this. You're going to lie all the way back down. You're going to remove the microphone clip because you're an idiot and you forgot. Good. You're going to keep your knees bent. Feet are parallel. You're bringing your feet are about hips width distance, and you're bringing your heels as close to your body as is comfortable for your knees. So not my knees, what's comfortable for your knees. Your arm's going to be at your side. You're going to roll the shoulders back, and we're going to come into bridge pose. So you're going to press into your heels, and you're going to start to lift your hips up off the mat. Good. And so thinking about pressing into your big toes to keep that alignment of your knees straight. Shoulders back. Draw the ribs in, and keep pressing up, 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 up. And then I like to bring the arms up and overhead and let them fall behind me and roll down one vertebrae at a time, nice and slow. Sometimes it feels good to do a little windshield wiper action. And we're gonna do another round. All right, arms at your sides. You're going to go ahead and press into your feet to lift your hips up. Now you can stay here. If you want, you can also interlace your fingers underneath you and drive your knuckles towards your heels. You can shimmy your shoulders under you a little bit more so you feel it more in the back of your neck and shoulders. But staying here, pull the ribs in. Keep the chin off the chest so you continue to breathe. Oxygen is kind of important. Good, release the hands. Let the arms come up and overhead. Roll down one vertebrae at a time. So nice. Windshield wiper if it feels good. If it feels good to hug your knees to your chest, you can do that too. Good. We're just going to do one more. I'm going to give you more options. You can do them or not. It's up to you. It's your practice. All right. Arms at your sides. Heels close to the glutes, or as close as suitable for your knees. Press your hips up. Interlace the fingers. Now, if you want to go do a little bit more, you can bring your feet to the middle, and then you're going to lift your right leg up. Keep pressing into that left leg, keeping the hips lifted here. Right foot comes down. Press the left leg up. Keep the hips lifted. Keep the right leg pressing, reaching for the sky. Yay! Left foot comes down. Keep the hips lifted. You got this. Undo the fingers. Bring them behind you. Roll down one vertebrae at a time. Your knees to your chest. If that felt good, great. If it didn't, why did it not feel good? Was it because it was too challenging, or is there something else going on that maybe it's not a suitable pose? And not every pose is suitable for everybody. Good. All right, you got a little bit more time here. You're gonna bring your right ankle to your left knee. You're going to pull the left knee towards you. You can grab the left hamstring underneath the knee and continue to draw that left knee towards you. And you could use your right elbow to push the right knee away to get a little bit deeper into this. And then go ahead and release the left foot, but you're going to keep the right ankle on the left knee. And you're going to let the left knee and the right foot come down to the side for a twist. Arms can come in a T shape, and you can turn your gaze over your right shoulder. I'm going to ask you for this one to keep your right knee pointing towards the sky. If you really want to, you can cross it more, but try something different. Good, and then come back to center. Unhook the right ankle, left ankle, right knee. Draw the right knee towards your chest. Again, you can use that left elbow to push the left knee away to get a little bit more into that left hip, left glute. Should be able to relax back here. If you're straining, then you need to bring your hands elsewhere or not bring your hands to your leg at all. If you have a strap, that can be super handy too. Release the right foot. Left foot, right knee is going to drop over to the right hand side. Arms come out in a T shape. Turn the gaze over the left hand side. I can stare at you. Continuing on the creepy theme. You're not going to come back after this, are you? Good. Turn your gaze up. Come back to center. Unhook the knee. Go ahead and hug your knees to your chest. You can bring your forehead to your knees for one last little bit of squeeze. And then you can let your head come down. You can release your knees, let your feet come down, let your legs slide long, let your arms come to your side. Now, if you have an eye pillow or if you have a towel or shirt that you want to put over your head, you can take a minute to do that to block out the light, but we're going to start to come into Shavasana. So I want you to close your eyes. And I want you to let go of the breathing here. So just kind of come back to a natural rhythm. And with each exhale, you're going to relax more and more of your body. So you exhale and you feel the space between the eyes smooth out. Exhale and feel the muscles of the jaw release. Exhale and feel the neck muscles unravel and the shoulders fall back heavy. Start to feel that heaviness move all the way down your biceps, your triceps, your forearms, into your hands. As you exhale again, your heart feels nurtured, cared for, grateful for a little bit of love today. Exhale again. Any tension that was in your belly has dissolved. Exhale again. You can feel your hip flexors and your glutes relax. Your quads and your hamstrings relax. Your calf muscles melt into puddles. Your ankles, your heels, soles of the feet and through the toes. And finally out the toes as you drop into your final and deepest relaxation. Welcome to stay here for as long as you like. Or if you want, you can start to reach your arms up and overhead. With a big stretch. Roll onto your side, bend your knees and rest your head on your arm like a pillow. Whatever side you prefer. It's up to you. Take a quiet moment. Press yourself up slowly to a comfortable seated position, sitting tall, eyes closed. Taking a moment to connect to how you feel. Taking a moment of gratitude for your health. Gratitude for your health of your loved ones. Gratitude that you can still find time to move and take care of yourself in these very strange and scary and uncertain times. Bring your hands to your heart. Lower the head to acknowledge the heart's intelligence. Thank you very much for joining me for class. The Love and Light in Me honors and recognizes the love and light in you. Namaste. So, thank you for joining me. Sorry about the snoring bulldog. Sorry about the food being done, but it's free, so. But I'll get better with it in the future. Namaste. Take care. Bye-bye.